right, Mr. Taliaferro, how's everybody doing out there? According to a very respected reporter, former ESPN employee, now he's over at Bleacher Report, Rick Bucher. So a couple years ago, Rick Bucher was one of the most plugged in NBA reporters we have. So you know he's got connections and relationships. Rick Bucher is reporting that, first off, Kevin Durant is out of the hospital. He did go through successful Achilles surgery earlier. Middle of last week. He's fine. He's now starting his recovery process, right? It's going to be a long process for KD. Get well soon, KD. But he is out of the hospital, and he has rented some type of an apartment or a loft in the New York area, and he does not plan on going back to the West Coast. Now, I do want to throw this little caveat in. Because the Warriors are moving into a new arena, a lot of the Warriors players are reportedly getting new homes. All right, I do want to throw that out there. So it could all very well be KD might be getting a new home in the Bay Area, but reportedly that's not the case. Kevin Durant specifically he's got an apartment or something, in a loft or something, a very expensive apartment or loft out there in the East Coast in New York where he did have his surgery at. And Rick Bucher is reporting that he plans on staying out there the entire summer in that New York area. And also to add to that, Thursday, Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving did meet up in New York. Yeah, that's some big news. So reportedly, Kevin Durant is still looking to leave Golden State. I know a lot of people thought, including me, after that Achilles injury, I thought Kevin Durant, he'd either opt into the last year of his deal. He does have 1 year left with the Warriors, a $31 million deal. $31 million a year for that last year, that deal. And I thought he'd just try free agency again next year. But I'm guessing Kevin Durant and his team thinking he's not going to be healthy at any point next year. So what's going to change? He might as well go ahead and get locked in and loaded now. I think that's his mindset behind it. And he's moving forward with this New York decision. That dude is New York bound. Reportedly, Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving are at a standstill, though. It's a big-time video that I'm giving you guys. According to Rick Bucher, Kyrie Irving is trying to convince Kevin Durant on the idea of playing for the Brooklyn Nets, and Kevin Durant is trying to do the complete opposite. He's trying to convince Kyrie Irving on the idea of playing for the New York Knicks. I don't know who budges. So here's the caveat in this, right? Up to 2 weeks ago, we would have all thought that Kevin Durant had the leeway. Think about it. 2 weeks ago, Kevin Durant could have been like, yo, Kyrie, I'm the better player. You know, we seen that you flourish with a guy like LeBron or a top 2, top 3 guy in the league. I'm the better player of the two. I'm a better winner. You need to come to the New York Knicks and join me. KD probably had all the leverage 2 weeks ago. But look, let's call a spade a spade. With this Achilles injury, there is a lot of talk around the league of, will we ever see Kevin Durant return to the form that he was? We've never seen a guy return to an all-star level after an Achilles surgery. Speaking of that, his teammate for the last year, DeMarcus Cousins, he can barely get off the ground. I'm not saying Kevin Durant will have those type of problems because he's obviously skinnier, much more thinner frame than a DeMarcus Cousins who totes a lot of weight. But I'm just saying it is something that we haven't seen in NBA history, a guy to return to an elite caliber level after an injury significant like that. So Kyrie Irving might look at it like, yo, KD, bro, the old KD could maybe convince me to go to the New York Knicks, but I'm going to be honest with you. You ain't got that type of leverage, bro. If we sign together, think about it. I got to play the entire season in New York without you. What nucleus do I like better? And it looks like Kyrie Irving is saying, pretty much putting it out there. I like that Brooklyn Nets nucleus better than I like the New York Knicks. KD has lost a lot of his leverage. I would never say all of his leverage because they could easily go split up and do their own things. But I got to admit, KD's lost a little bit of that steam that he had a couple weeks ago, selfishly trying to play on that bad calf injury. Maybe it was already a bad Achilles in Game 5. He's changed some things now. And I think Kyrie and his team, respectfully, they got some tough decisions to make. Do we go join the New York Knicks, allow Kevin Durant to convince us otherwise, when homie ain't going to even play a game next year? And again, other side, Kevin Durant and his team, they got some big-time decisions to make too. We're the better player of the two. We want to be in New York. This was our move. This is what we want to do. New York fits where we want to be at. So both of these guys, we don't know what they talked about specifically in the meeting. What did they come to an agreement on the city? Obviously, I'm sure they're probably going to meet up a couple more times until free agency starts. We don't know. Maybe that was like a closing conversation. Maybe they agreed Unfortunately, because of injuries and circumstances, we're not going to do this anymore like we previously planned. And maybe they agreed to go their separate ways, or maybe they decided to sign one-year deals and let's try this again next year. We don't know what they agreed on, but they did meet up and do dinner the other day. So that's a big storyline, ladies and gentlemen. Kevin Durant is still planning on leaving Golden State. I think at this point we obviously understand Kyrie Irving is most likely leaving the Boston Celtics. But I thought things would have changed with Kevin Durant and that Achilles injury. It doesn't seem like that. The New York Knicks would still love to have him. Bad Achilles and all is better than what they got, So we'll see what happens. Crazy development in this story. Your boy got to keep you up to date. NBA free agency is coming your way in a couple weeks, and I'm going to tell you every signing that happens. You just got to subscribe to the platform to stay tuned. I'm out. I came from nothing, but I want everything God has for me. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I still represent the culture.
I got the kids. You are now tuned in.
Yo, we locked in right now, Mr.
Mr.Taliaferro.
Shout out to Mr. Taliaferro.
You're watching Mr.Taliaferro TV.
Mr. Taliaferro TV. Here with the triple B's, you can't do nothing but win.